Welcome to this episode of our program, Daily Debate. As usual, we will be speaking about an important topic. Tonight we'll be focusing on tourism in Egypt. And Egypt is hosting one of the most prominent and the most special festivals in the whole Middle East, the Al-Alam Alamein, or the world in this beautiful north coast city of Alamein. We'll be speaking about tourism, how Egypt is a very prominent country for tourism, as it is a unique destination for tourism. The efforts that is exerted by the government in order to support the tourism sector and elevate the tourism in Egypt in all and different fields. Before we delve into our discussion, let me first take the top story of the day. And President Sisi meets Minister of Justice. President Abdel Fattah Sisi met on Monday with Minister of Justice Omar Marwan. The spokesman for the presidency, Councillor Ahmed Fahmy, said the president was briefed on the ongoing efforts to develop the technical aspect and artificial intelligence in courts and the process of linking judicial authorities and bodies so as to promote the use of the latest technologies in the courts work system to achieve speedy performance while looking into cases within the framework of the intensive efforts to speed up the completion of citizens' cases before the courts within the framework of the comprehensive development of the country's litigation system. The Minister of Justice presented the status of completing lawsuits and cases before the courts of first instance and the courts of appeal. President Sisi expressed appreciation and thanked the judges of the courts of first instance, appeal and cassation for their outstanding performance and esteemed efforts which contributed to the significant swift completion of cases, as well as overcoming the great challenges in this regard, creating a new mental image and a sound impression of the justice system in Egypt. In this regard, the President gave directives to continue efforts to complete cases before courts in the same year in which they were held in a manner that achieves swift justice, stability of the legal conditions of citizens, protection of their rights and preservation of their interests. And to our next top story of the day, and Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, he headed Egypt's delegation at the opening session of the activities of the United Nations Food System Summit +2 stock-taking moments, in the presence of a number of heads of states and governments led by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The Egyptian delegation to the session included Minister of Agriculture and Land Reclamation Al-Sayed Al-Qusayr, Ambassador of Egypt to Rome Bassam Radi, and Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs for Multilateral Affairs and International Security, Ambassador Ihab Badawi. During the session, a number of speeches were delivered by the head of states and governments representing different geographical regions, and their speeches centered on proposals and mechanisms for developing food systems in the world. Before we delve into our discussion, let's first have a quick break and the adhan, and we'll come back for more discussion.